Okay, long time no see, huh? Well, of course, we were gone from the house a while when we flooded, and then couldn't find the camera, couldn't find the tripod. So now I think I've got everything. And I thought I'd start off with a card that we did yesterday at our card buffet, and Amy had requested the sizes. And I know Barb's going to need to put the card together, so I thought we would just do a demo on that. So you start out, your base is 8.5 by 5.5, just like normal, and you're going to score it or fold it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So I've already done the 4 1/4, and then if you just folded it again on itself, that will give you the 2 1/8 if you don't want to measure, if you don't want to put it in your cutter. All right, so now we've got the card, and it looks like this. You've got the back that's solid, and you've got the two pieces in the front. And I probably should have started by showing you the finished card. So this fits in the envelope just like this, but it's really an easel card with the easel part on the side. So you can see, this is up a little bit, but the card will stand up. So it's a real fun card. This kind of looks like a floating piece here on the front. So back to what I was doing. The base, again, like I said, 8.5 by 5.5. We've scored at 4 1/4 and at 2 1/8. So on the front, we're going to need 2 panels. I used a contrasting color to match my designer paper. I could just put this, well, I'd rather use tear and tape that I just had, and now it's not here. That's okay. Maybe I can use this. I try to get everything ready, and then something inevitably, and I don't know what got on my card, but it's getting covered up anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. Put that down. Put this down. Okay. Then I'm just going to, and those two pieces, cardstock panels, are 5 1/4 this way. And then it's like just shy of 2 inches. Because remember, this is 2 1/8. So if we come back in a little bit, it's like 5/16 or 7/8 even. I mean, just so I'm still going to have a border. And then I've got the two pieces of designer paper, and they are 5 this way by like 1 3/16. And again, I know those small fractions can sometimes be a pain, but depending on how much of a border you want, you can change the size of those a little bit. There we go. All right, and that's going to be for the front of the card. All right, on the inside, we're just going to have the one piece of white, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. Go ahead and put that on. We were talking about the old snail adhesive yesterday that just doesn't seem to hold very well. I mean, holds initially, but then the cards seem to fall apart. So the Stampin' Seal, great, as well as the liquid mono adhesive. All right, so now we have the white piece on the inside. Now, because this is an easel, remember this, got to have a place that's going to catch that. So we've got this cardstock that is not on here. It's 1 1/4. Let me write this down. Oh no, that would be the inside. 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I scored it at 1/4 of an inch all the way down. Okay, and I'm gonna tuck that under because having that with the 2 layers just gives you more of a stop. So I'm gonna put that on there first. Fold that over, and then I still have to put it down on the card piece of white that's in here. And again, remember that folded part I'm putting towards the inside. And this one was 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, 5 1/4 by 1 1/4 here. And we scored it, so it ends up being 1 inch wide because I turned that 1/4 inch under. And then you've got a little piece of designer paper that's just 3/4 by 5. And that goes on top of that. It's just decorative. There's really not a functional reason for it. Just makes it pretty. Okay. So that's how your card, see, is going to stand up. And that gives it enough to kind of catch underneath. So now to put this floating piece on the front. When I first saw these cards, and I'm sorry I can't remember the person I saw. I've seen quite a few people do them, but I thought maybe they had just put adhesive here, but that's not going to make your card very sturdy. So if you take, I have two 2-inch cardstock, 2 by 2, two 2-inch squares. And I'm just going to, you can score these first to fold them if you want, or you can just fold them like I'm doing here. And we're folding them in half, corner to corner. Okay, so I'm going to end up with something like this. And these are going to be our little, I don't know what you'd call them, brackets, or not really a bracket, but they're going to be our little pieces that hold that floating piece on the front. Okay, so I've got my two, and I'm going to put one of these on that side of the fold and one of these on this side of the fold. And I'm just going to attach them on the bottom part. So I will go ahead and use some Stampin' Seal for this. You can use the liquid. That's what I usually use. Okay. And this is going to go right there. Just right on the side of the fold. And see, I only attached it at that bottom part. Same thing on this side. Again, if you're using regular snail, I would not use that to attach these because it just doesn't hold very well. And I'm really, putting these almost just right up next to each other. Okay, so now you've got those two pieces down. And now we're just going to put adhesive here and here and lay that right on top. I think this works really well, and I kudos to the person that came up with this first. I love that everybody keeps coming up with different new and different fun folds, because they're something that's near and dear to my heart. I love fun folds. All right, so now you see, and this will hold, because remember we've got those little square pieces in there that we folded, and those are holding it in place. So you see, we've got, so it fits flat into the envelope, and then the person that receives it can stand it up on their desk and enjoy it. So I hope you might try one of these. Again, I tried to leave this in the frame so that you could get the measurements. Put that to the side. Okay, and welcome back. Glad to be here, and I'll see you again soon, I hope. Bye.